I have always believed that your stress levels have an enormous impact on your sleep patterns. When you don't sleep, you're frustrated that you're not sleeping, and that creates more stress. It's a vicious cycle that so many people are in. That's why I think it's so important to find ways to manage your stress levels. Exercise, meditation, proper breathing, and nutrition are all part of these pieces within this stress management puzzle. But when it comes to finding ways to stop the noise in your head at night and slow that brain down, that can be challenging. So I've invited national educator Maggie Frank, who works with the leader in CBD products known as CB Sciences, to join me today and discuss a few tricks that may just put you to sleep. Welcome to the show, Maggie.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, thanks so much for being here. I know you've been working for CB Sciences for a while, and I wanted to bring you on and really help teach my audience, because I know you travel all over the world or the country to do this. And so I know anybody who will listen about the benefits of hemp is, get so many benefits from this. So I think it's important for people to listen to this discussion on what can we do for our stress, our sleep, and just what benefits can bring to our health. So let's start with just the basics first. Tell us about the endocannabinoid system and sort of how it works.
I would love to. Our endocannabinoid system is our body's main adaptogenic system. It's helping us adapt. The one constant in life is change. And if we want to stay healthy, we need to be able to adapt to that change healthfully. And essentially, our endocannabinoid system is tasked with that job. In order to do that job effectively, it makes and utilizes its very own internal cannabinoids called endocannabinoids. We have receptors that connect to those cannabinoids. And when the system is functioning properly, we see positive regulation of sleep, stress, gut health, inflammation, cognition, focus. Everything's a little bit better when we're balanced.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, trying to stay balanced, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what causes an unhealthy endocannabinoid system? And what are the main causes of this?
Modern life.
Yeah, just like in general, right?
Yeah. So in order to thrive innately, our endocannabinoid system needs us big ones. Balance your omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. Most America gets way too much 6, not enough 3. Getting some of those 6s out and increasing your omega-3 intake will drastically improve the health of your endocannabinoid system. In fact, we recommend utilizing 2,000 to 5,000 milligrams of a high quality omega-3 along with your plus CBD products if you can. It's a really important connection. We also see that chronic stress destroys our endocannabinoid system. A diet that doesn't have enough micronutrition, color, polyphenols, antioxidants is troublesome. Poor gut health, or dysbiosis, as it can be called, can destroy our endocannabinoid system. Even our reliance on temperature-controlled environments can make our endocannabinoid system less effective. We were meant to adapt to natural temperature changes throughout the day. So being comfortable is not ideal for us.
So you're saying, because I live in Texas where we had 20 degrees yesterday and now we're 80 degrees, that type of temperature change can really affect my endocannabinoid system?
It is wonderful for your endocannabinoid. That's like the natural version of cryotherapy in a sauna. You're getting like that flip, right? That's what we want. And honestly, that's probably why cultures where they do those polar dips where they go from hot to cold see such profound health outcomes as a result. It's really tonifying the endocannabinoid system. We also need to move very often in order to maintain the density of the receptors that connect to cannabinoids. So our sedentary lifestyles are not doing us any favors.
Yeah, very true. So tell me, Maggie, how can CBD be used to support our everyday stress levels then? With so many people being under stress, how is CBD actually working to help us manage that stress?
Well, CBD is what's known as a phytocannabinoid. So phyto meaning plant source cannabinoid. And essentially phytocannabinoids can work within the endocannabinoid system as a second best alternative to the internally made cannabinoid. So when we can't make the real thing, Nature provided, we can source a phytocannabinoid CBD from hemp. And by bringing that into our body, we're essentially supporting and nourishing the endocannabinoid system so it can do its job despite living in a world that sets it up for failure.
That's a good point. So when it comes to CBD and a lot of people are trying all different brands, all different dosing. What do you think is a good starting dosage for most newcomers of CBD?
I tell everybody to start low, build slow. It's always the way to go. Mm-hmm. So if you tend to be somebody who's really, really sensitive to new things, start with 5 milligrams and slowly titrate yourself up. If you're somebody who's a normal responder to things typically, starting with 10 to 15 milligrams is a great place to start and move yourself up. Most people find their happy dose with CBD somewhere between 10 and 50 milligrams of CBD a day. But there will always be outliers who either need far less or a little bit more. CBD has been shown to be safe up to 1,500 milligrams daily. So you've got a lot of wiggle room, and you will. I've literally met probably 5 people in all my years of doing this who are taking more than 60 milligrams a day. It's typically not needed.
But I think it's a good point to capitalize on what you said, that just because a lot of people say, oh, CBD didn't work for me. I hear those comments a lot here and there, but I think a lot of it is dose dependent. Maybe they only took 5 or 10 milligrams and that's all they took, and they could help them with their stress or their sleep or whatever. But bottom line is you can go up to a lot higher dosage if needed. But like Maggie said, start low and just keep building yourself high. It's definitely a best approach in taking CBD.
100%. It can also take some time. A lot of times people, what they'll do is, there's some common mistakes, right? We think that the first time out of the gate, if it didn't work the first few times I tried it, it's not going to.
Right.
It can take some time for the endocannabinoid system to kind of pull itself together, modulate those inflammation levels, help support your pain receptor systems before you notice the pain change. It can take some time for it to support your HPA axis or your hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, which helps you manage stress. So it's not, and some people, yes, first time they took it, they answered everything they were looking for.
Sure did.
But for most of us, this is something that takes some patience, some playing with dose. Do I eat it with food, without? For most people, it's with food is going to be better. But I'm one of the weird ones where taking it on an empty stomach before the gym is my perfect answer. Got to play. And that dose can actually, and this can be another area where people falter. The dose can change on you. So pre-pandemic, I took 15 milligrams a day and that totally covered me. Pandemic hits, the gym closes down, I'm eating a little more comfort food, my stress goes through the roof because we're in a pandemic. My need went up as well. If your system's being asked to adapt to more, it might need some more help supporting it while it's adapting. The opposite can be true. When I go on vacation, I find I will forget to take my CBD because it's not necessary because I'm not adapting. I'm sitting on a beach. It's personalized care is what I tell people. And there's other pitfall in that we in America especially have this, if some is good, more must be better mentality. Mm-hmm. CBD works on a bell curve. So it means that we all have a range in which CBD will show us benefit. Let's say it starts at 10, maybe you see benefit all the way up to 50 milligrams. But every one of us has a place where taking more will give no additional benefit, could actually give us less benefit than the lower dose did, or could make us feel slightly worse, whether that be agitated, dizzy, So it's when we find that start low, build slow, we allow ourselves to really experience everything we can get from a plus CBD product.
That's right. That's a great point. I mean, you're right. Everybody needs to find their medium in a sense, because you're right. Depends on stress levels, what's going on. Did you have a lot of road rage? Your boss yell at you all day? All that matters as far as your dose dependency for that day. So it is good to know your body and trying to find out that happy medium for most people. And so it's a good way to start. I know CV Sciences recently came out with a product called Calm Gummies, and a lot of people are already talking about it. They love the formula. And I want to talk about some of the other nutrients that's in the Calm that can support the CBD that's in there. Can you talk about those and how what their role is?
Yeah. So the structure function gummies, the Calm and the Sleep, come in handy because we don't always know how CBD is going to affect you right off the bat. If your hope with CBD is to sleep tonight or to feel more zen immediately, that can be a hindrance to somebody choosing a product. By combining 10 milligrams of plus CBD with ingredients to help you get more calm or to help you sleep, we get you the desired benefit immediately while the CBD is working on your endocannabinoid system. In the Calm Gummy, we put 10 milligrams of plus CBD with L-theanine and 5-HTP. L-theanine gives us the zen. 5-HTP helps us produce and utilize healthy levels of serotonin, which keep our mood in a healthy place.
Keep you balanced.
Yeah. And then also 5-HTP, because it helps with serotonin, adequate serotonin is needed for healthy melatonin production as well.
Good point.
There's that connection goes a little further.
That's right.
Now, the sleep is 10 milligrams of plus CBD, 3 milligrams of melatonin, and then we give you magnolia and lemon balm to help turn off that brain overactivity and that body anxiety. Mm-hmm. Get you into a nice, relaxed, deep sleep.
Sort of keep you there at the same time, right? With the
yes.
melatonin added to it. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that stress-sleep relationship. Sometimes I like to talk about it on the chemistry level, that when you're in that fight or flight mode, when your cortisol hormone is high, there's tons of research showing how cortisol suppresses that melatonin production. So it just basically shows that anything you can do to lower that stress response or lower that fight or flight and cortisol, basically you'll have more melatonin production along when that happens. And that's what I think CBD is brilliant at doing. It's helping to regulate that stress response where that naturally brings down that fight or flight mode. So people can actually shut that brain off sometimes and able to not just get to sleep, but definitely stay asleep a lot longer than they're doing now. Would you agree with that?
100%. CBD is consistently shown to help with stress resilience. Yes. The less stressed we are, the better we sleep. They're very much interconnected. Our hormones are all very interconnected. So when one gets off, they all kind of can throw. So that cortisol spike throws. And then when we couple that chronic stress so many of us deal with the fact that we're also overusing blue light devices that further decrease melatonin production, again, modern life setting us up for failure. It's not surprising why a lot of people struggle to fall and stay asleep.
That's right. Exactly. So how are you telling a lot of people how to take these gummies, the Calm and the Sleep? Can you take them both together at the same time, or what do you do with them?
So they can be taken independently of each other. Calm during the day for the road rage situation. If you're prone to road rage, leave them in your little compartment and pull them out if you need them. They can be taken just as a prevention. Like if you're somebody who knows you're prone to stress, you could take it in the morning. Typically 1 to 3 is what most of our anecdotal feedback has been, that's kind of the range of what most people take in a day. The sleep gummy, I would not exceed 1 of those. They're pretty strong. Mm-hmm.
Would you do that like an hour before bed, or do you tell them to take it just
20
after?
to 30 minutes is typically sufficient from the feedback I've gotten. They hit really fast. Like you feel that relaxation of that magnolia and lemon balm pretty quickly.
Especially in a gummy form. I mean, the absorption rate is up there, that's for sure.
Exactly. For really resistant sleepers, we have heard from quite a few people that they are at night taking the calm and sleep gummy at the same time. I guinea pigged on myself because that's just what we do, right?
We do. That is exactly what we do.
And I mean, I'm blessed in the fact that I don't struggle with sleep issues. For somebody like me, I don't think I would recommend that double up. I was like a zombie for a good half the next day. It just was way too much. But on resistant nights, I have found benefit to taking a whole calm gummy and then like a half of the sleep. I tend to be sensitive to melatonin anyway. So finding that blend for you, so again, sometimes it's
experimental,
necessary.
right? Yeah, just sort of playing around with that. And that's another benefit with the gummies. You can just easily do a half of a gummy or even a quarter of the gummy and just start low and just see what works for you, as far as whether you're that person who has trouble getting to sleep or the person who has trouble staying asleep. A lot of people have both, right? Trying to get sleep and stay asleep. So you sort of got to play with it. But starting with that half gummy and what you said of the sleep and maybe a gummy of the calm, I think that's a great way to start for most of us, because we all got stress still, right? We're all staying in this fight or flight mode, and anything to help us bring us down in that definitely can make a lot of issues better. So
definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
On so many levels, agree. And for those people who, I mean, they're not just sensitive to melatonin. Melatonin is a no-go for them. For some people, it just doesn't fit them. There's no one thing for every person, right?
That's right.
Those calm gummies, because of that 5-HTP, they can be a perfectly suitable product to take at night for somebody who wants a way to calm down and decompress at night.
That's right. That's what I do for a lot of my clients. We'll start off with the calm, because we can use it both in the daytime and at night. And so it's sort of versatile for both sides of it. And if they need that extra help, yes, we'll add the sleep gummy to it to try to get that melatonin production up a little bit. But it's been very successful. So I love what CB Science is doing with these two things. It's awesome.
That makes me really happy. I think we definitely knocked it out of the park with these. We're getting great feedback from them. They're working, which is what people want so badly these days.
Yes, we all just want to feel good, right? I mean, I know we were talking about this earlier about just trying to feel good is what most people's goal is right now. And CBD to me is one wonderful way of really getting to that level, because it does regulate that endocannabinoid system that regulates our stress response, our sleep. I mean, so many things, our immune system. I mean, a lot of people don't forget about your immune system and how important it is for that. So,
oh my gosh, the studies on CBD and immune health during the last 2 years have just been astounding. I mean, blocking viral entrance, slowing viral replication, making you more resistant in the first place. I mean, it's really cool to see where all of this is going.
It really is. To me, I've always sort of jokingly said that, CBD basically is the steroids for all your other nutrients. It just sort of enhances everything. It does. Amazing.
I like that. I like that a lot. And I mean, I think so many people think of it as something like, I'm going to only take this for a symptom, when in reality, it should be seen more as foundational nutrition, because it is so wide ranging in what it can offer you.
It's very true. To me, it's almost like, for those people who say it doesn't work, it's almost like vitamin C. You don't feel vitamin C working for you most of the time. It's one of those things that just because you're not getting the symptom relief you're taking it for doesn't mean it's not working in so many other areas of your body. And CBD is just one of those things that really encompasses all your systems in the body. And why, like you said, Maggie, it's a foundational item. I think there should be CBD in every product out there, because it's just going to make it better.
A little bit better. Yeah, or a lot bit better.
I definitely agree. Well, Maggie, you're always great to talk to. I really appreciate you being on the show today.
I really enjoyed it. I look forward to our next ones.
Well, thanks, Maggie.
Thank you so much. Take care and be well. Bye, everyone.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Healthy Approach Podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you like this podcast, and help us spread the word by rating and sharing with your friends and family. If you'd like to learn more about calm or sleep gummies from CB Sciences, go to sunflowershop.com. That's shop with 2 P's and an E, or visit us at one of our 2 locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.